The wind is this invisible force that represents the flow of life. And just like the flow of life, we shouldn't oppose the strength of the wind. We can either oppose it, which won't go too well if the wind is strong, or we can decide to go with the flow. It's the same with the flow of life. This flow can be observed on a daily basis, with each passing second that goes by us, without us even realizing that it's done so, as new wind sweeps in and brings change. This change is either symbolic or very prominent. The wind is invisible, and we can't touch it. It's this elusive force that makes it hard for us to recognize it and to acknowledge it, especially if the winds are feeble. That's why we also sometimes tie the wind with our spirits. Now listen to the wind. It talks. Listen to the silence. It speaks. Listen to your heart. It knows. That's a Native American proverb. In the Old Testament, the word for spirit is ruach. The Hebrew word ruach can mean spirit, wind, or even breath. In the New Testament, the word for spirit is pneuma, and that can mean wind or breath. Of course, as far as the words and languages, there are more to it than that. But for the sake of simplicity, just note that ruach and pneuma can mean wind. Wind is a biblical symbol of the Holy Spirit. On the day of Pentecost, all the believers were meeting together in one place. Suddenly, there was a sound from heaven, like the roaring of a mighty windstorm, and it filled the house where they were sitting. Like the wind, the Holy Spirit comes in suddenly and seemingly out of nowhere. She whirls about the atmosphere and changes everything. The Spirit, like the wind, moves wherever she wants and is, at times, unpredictable.
Just like a woman. I'll cut that out. I'll get myself in trouble.
John 3:8 says, just as you can hear the wind, but you can't tell where it comes from or where it's going, so you can't explain how people are born of the Spirit. Jesus passed that wind with his breath. Something's just wrong with Jesus passed the wind.
Well, but here's the verse.
Well, I know, but...
That he breathed on them.
Let's just skip the pass the wind part. And Jesus...
I get...
And Jesus...
He didn't pass the wind. He passed that wind.
Right.
Okay. Oh, that's different. Jesus passed that wind with his breath.
I was trying to figure out a different way of saying it.
Jesus passed that spiritual wind with his breath.
And Jesus transferred that spirit, that wind, with his breath.
There it is.
In John 20:22, it says, then he breathed on them, and he said, receive ye the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit is unpredictable, invisible, but powerful. She brings perfect insight. She stirs the atmosphere and brings life. A person cannot see her move or work. However, you do realize the effect of what the Spirit does. It is the Holy Spirit's role to testify of Jesus, to warn us of impending danger, spiritual or physical, to comfort us and to teach us. Living a spiritual life without the Holy Spirit is like having the wind knocked out of you. You can't function. It's painful and scary. Our spiritual life and health are entirely dependent on a constant, unwavering dependence on the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit, like breath, is life-giving. The Holy Spirit fuels us, strengthens us, and invigorates us. Wikipedia says the term to go with the wind means to follow the direction of the wind or to be carried away by the wind. So I say, go with the wind, my friends. Go with the wind.